What's good? It's Chris. Come on, cue the intro.
This life shit weighing on me, I've been pushing back, been running up a bag, I don't got time to argue this and that. It's young niggas swearing they in love, but they bitches rats, I swear that if I ever...
Quick disclaimer, I'm not used to talking on camera for real, so this video about to have a lot of cuts, so be prepared for that. But this video right here is for anybody who is musically inclined, I would say. Musically inclined, you've been wanting to make music, you thought about making music, your friend was like, hey, you should make music, because you be singing all the time, you be rapping all the time, you play instruments. But anyone who wants to produce music and doesn't know how to. Because I remember when I first started making music, I had no idea what to do, and I had to figure it all out by myself. So hopefully, I can share my past experiences with y'all and save y'all from the mistakes that I made and just have a smooth path to making your own music. So first off, I'm going to talk about how I first started making music. So all my life, I noticed music was just always around me. My mom sang, my dad could sing, my older siblings sang or played an instrument. So from the earliest time, I was always playing piano. Piano was like the first instrument that really did it for me. And when I got to middle school, I started playing saxophone. When I got to high school, I started playing like a bunch of different other instruments just because I loved music so much. And I just got bored with just playing one. I'm like, why not learn the rest? You know, I could really be a whole one-man band myself. Like, once I got to college though, I started going through some things that I never really experienced before. I didn't know how to deal with it. And so I started looking for different outlets to deal with my emotions, my feelings, instead of just talking to somebody about it all the time, because that honestly became old. And it's just like a same process of telling them what's going on with me, and they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. They tell me this, and then, so I was just like, no, I'm done with that. I need something to do. And there you go, music has always been there my whole life, so that's what I turned to. Started writing songs. I started a new job after my freshman year at the psychiatric hospital. And I meet one of my best friends to this day. But before I start to him, I'm gonna give a shout out to Dallas Kelly. This man is one of the main reasons why I make music. Because as far as I can remember, in high school, we would play PlayStation together, and we would just freestyle on some funny stuff, like just saying random stuff just because. And he would always be telling me like, bro, like, low-key, I know we just playing around, but you actually, the stuff you're saying is actually kind of hard. Like, you could really just do this if you wanted to. And he himself makes music. He's been doing that for a long time. He's really good at it. I'll play some of his stuff in a second.
She got a grievance to manage her. She got some demons to handle her. Walk and talk with animosity. Honestly, I cannot even get mad at her.
He's one of the main reasons why I make music to this day. But back to my other friend I ended up meeting at the psychiatric hospital. I ain't gonna say his name. We gonna say Rose. We gonna say Rose. You know who you are. But I will always be singing on the job. Because look, we work long days, 12.5-hour shifts, 7 to 7:30 p.m. So all day I would just be singing just to pass the time. And he himself, again, was making music. He ain't dropped nothing yet. Yeah, you know why I'm making that face. You need to drop. You need to drop. So I'm always singing. He's always hearing me sing. He's like, bro, you look, you got a voice. Like, you got a voice on you. Like, you need to be writing songs. And this was before I actually started writing songs. Because I started writing songs my sophomore year in college. This was my freshman year. Summer in between, rather. And so he's like, every single day, Chris, bro, get in the booth, bro. Go to the studio with me. Come to the studio with me. Start writing songs, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, maybe. Because I didn't have no motivation behind it. I was just doing what I was doing. Then my cousin was making music for like, I want to say like months before I started. But that man, he was recording consistently, dropping songs.
Come on, bitch, you beating it at the same pace. Make more in an hour than you can make in a payday. Nigga hella corny, he the type to hit the nene. Was a badass kid till my mom beat the devil about me. Type of nigga making bread that equates to the lottery.
I remember one time I reached out to him and I was just like, bro, how do you make music? Like, what do you record with? I didn't know nothing about it. So I started going on YouTube, searching up different things I could do to make music. And I ended up, it's the basic things that you need. You need some type of electronic gateway. So like whether it's a phone, whether it's a laptop, you need that. You need a microphone. You need an audio interface. You need studio speakers if that's what you want to use. You need headphones. And I get to looking. The microphones like $1,000. I ain't have no MacBook back then. I had my school laptop, which I started making music on, and that thing was slow. It was just a bunch of things that they said that you needed. And I was just like, I do not have money. I am a college student. I am broke. And I'm not about to do this. What my cousin ended up showing me is, he's like, bro, you can literally make music off of your phone. And at the time, I'm like, bro, what do you mean? And he let me hear some songs that he was making. And he was like, yeah, I made this off the phone. I'm like, what you mean you made this off the phone? Like, and he's like, nah, like real talk, I made these off the phone. He's like, just go on BandLab, or go on your phone, download BandLab, and stick some headphones in there, like the wired ones, not AirPods, but the wired ones, and it works just as good as like a normal studio. And I'm like, bro, you tripping? There's no way. So you know what I do? I had to try it out. I take my phone, download BandLab, grab my headphones, stick them in. On BandLab, it's a bunch of different presets. I'm not gonna lie. Depending on the preset, it's gonna sound terrible. But if you pick the right one, your vocals will sound so clean. That's literally what I started doing. I started off of my phone and headphones, and I made several tracks. Me singing, rapping, a lot of different things. So that method definitely works. So if you're the type of person who's just trying to make music on a chill note, and you're not really trying to spend money or have a whole studio, then I would just say, get your phone, download BandLab. Make sure you have an iPhone, first of all. I've never tried it with the Android because I always just had an iPhone. I've never really heard of anyone doing it without an iPhone. But just get your phone, download BandLab, get some wired headphones. Like, I got some right here. I don't use them anymore because I have a whole studio now. But literally these right here, the regular Apple headphones that come with your phone. These right here. But I'm going to play some music that I made off these. And I guarantee you're going to be like, there's no way you made this off the phone.
None of them are you know I be thinking about you writing all these tunes. And baby, I know what we had is over with and through, but I can't stand to see you riding with some other.
With headphones, with the compressor that was on that app, I couldn't sing the way I wanted to without it clipping parts of my words. And so I'm like, okay, well I need like an actual microphone. Like I want to start taking this seriously. So that's what I did. I got this microphone off Amazon for $50. I literally went on YouTube and searched up best budget microphones and under $100. And I watched the video, and people in the comments were saying, yeah, this one works really good. It's called the Tascam TM80. I'll show it to you right here. But yeah, this microphone right here is where it all started. It's very bent. Like, man, I don't even know what happened to this thing. But yeah. Back then, when I first got this, I was like, man, this is a gift from God. Like, this is really about to do things for me. This is going to change my whole life. Until I actually try it better, and I'm like, this is the worst thing that I've ever experienced in my entire life. Why did I even buy this? You know what fact? One of y'all can have that if you want. I don't even want it. Yeah, that microphone was $50. My cousin had a spare audio interface. An audio interface is basically like the center control of everything that you need in your studio. So whether you have speakers, headphones, you connect those to the audio interface. Your microphone with the XLR cord or USB, depending on what you have. You stick those in the audio interface, and that goes into the wall, and there's another cord that goes into your laptop. So you can control all the volumes, all the monitoring from the audio interface. It makes everything so much easier. And also with condenser microphones like that, and I have another one right there. This is my upgraded one. I'll show you after. But condenser microphones have to have more power to actually work. I don't know why. I never really did the research on the science behind condenser microphones. But XLR ports, you have to have an audio interface because it provides more power for the microphone to work. My cousin, he had an extra one, and he was nice enough to let me borrow it. And so that's what I started using. I still use it to this day. This right here is an audio interface. She kind of dusty, but this is where my XLR cord goes, which goes into the bottom of my microphone, which provides power for it to use. This is where my headphones go. So I control all the volumes and all the monitoring levels and how much gain I allow. Gain is how much sound you allow to go in your microphone. So you can turn that up and down right here. If I turn it all the way up, you'll be able to hear everything in the entire house. If I turn it really down, all you hear is what you're talking to, like right this close. So you can control all that with the audio interface. Then I use my school laptop to download Audacity.
To it with my mates. Let me get. Okay, hold on. You're making me nervous.
Audacity it's a recording service, and it's the worst thing you'll ever use. I'm not gonna lie, don't ever use Audacity. But back then I didn't know too much, so that's what I was using. I would record my vocals. I didn't know anything about mixing, mastering, none of that. Literally, I would just record my voice, put it on a song, and I was like, this is hard. And I was just proud because it was mine. Nobody could take that away from me. That was my setup for a while. I didn't even have any speakers. I had a karaoke machine that was in my dorm back at Oakland. And whenever I wanted to hear something, I would have to email it. So I would take it off my phone, save it as a file, email it to my school email that I had on my phone, and then I would connect my phone to the speakers on my karaoke machine, and I'll play it out loud like that. So it was a whole lot of emailing and connecting, and it was just too difficult. During that time, I probably made like 30 songs, 40 songs, but I was making music. That's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was make music. Fast forward to the summer, this past summer, I started taking it more seriously. I started making my own beats, and thankfully I have that knowledge from when I was in band my whole life. I understand music theory. I understand rhythms, tempos, different instruments, and what they're gonna sound like together, different harmonies, scales, all those things. I understand all that. So making beats and stuff was very easy for me to start doing. So when I first started, I wrote this song called, what was my first song? I think it was called Best Friend or something. But when I wrote that song though, I wasn't on no like, this is about to be a banger. I literally just wrote it just cause like, I wanted to practice making music. So I made the beat, and then I was just thinking of lyrics. I was like, you know, this would be funny.
You're so beautiful to me, feels like we're just meant to be. You're so beautiful to me, feels like we're just meant to be. So will you be my girlfriend? You taught me to be patient, and what happiness could be. And I waited for so long, there's no way I could be wrong.
That song, like, to this day, is very corny, but I'm so proud of that song because I made every single part of it. I put all the instruments together, I sang over it, I mixed it, I did all the production. And so that's 1,000% me. It's not like I went on YouTube, found a beat. I did all of that. So that song will forever be in my heart. So I slowly but surely started to upgrade my production, upgrade my processing, upgrade my lyrics. One thing I will tell you, when you first start making music, you probably won't like everything that you make, and that's okay. Because you get better with time. You get a lot better with time. You get better at coming up with more intricate things to say. You'll start to feel it more. You'll start to realize you're not making music because you want other people to hear it. You're making music because you enjoy making music. You're writing about what you feel. And that's what it all should be about. If you ever feel like you want to make music for other people, you shouldn't be doing it. It should be you're making music for yourself, and if people like it, then they like it. If they don't like it, then they don't. But it doesn't really matter because it's for you. I started making a lot of things that were for me, but think about it. We're all people. There's always going to be some person in the world that relates to what you're going through. There's only so many different things in life we can experience. So what you're talking about, and you think, okay, well, I'm just writing something that's about what my experience, and it's just going to be about me, and no one else needs to care or blah blah blah. People are going to understand what you're saying. You'd be surprised. A lot of people are too afraid to talk about what they're going through, and things like music are an outlet for them. If you have emotions to share, anything you want to put in music, go ahead and share it, because I promise you, you're going to get positive feedback, and people will always be able to relate to what you're saying. If it's not a bunch of people, it'll be at least one. At least one person will understand. So if you're trying to take music more seriously, you're trying to, okay, I want a studio, I want to take this seriously, I want to do this full time or even part time, but you know you want to take it seriously, like I said before, you're gonna need a microphone, you're gonna need a phone or a laptop, you're gonna need an audio interface, and you're gonna need headphones. And that's all the things that I use. That's all the things I have. You're also gonna need a space that's quiet. So for my setup, I have my room completely dedicated to music. I have all these foam panels on the wall that dampens the sound, so it stops the room from reverberating my sound. When you talk in an open room, you might find that your words echo or they're too loud or things like that. And here, when you talk, this absorbs all the words, so it's like soundproof almost. This is an option that you can use, but you don't have to do this. I used to record music under a cover. Like I used to put a cover over my head when I was on the phone, and I would just talk into the mics like this with the headphones. There's a lot of different things you can do. You'll find what works for you. I have a mic stand that has one of these foam panels behind it, and it folds in, so it's kind of like you're isolating your sound. It works. It doesn't completely soundproof whatever you're saying, but it works good enough to get clean vocals. And so that's something I've used for a long time before I got all these panels. I'm working on right now creating my own booth. I just went to Home Depot today and I got 7-foot PVC pipes, and I basically made it into a 3-foot by 3-foot square, and that's gonna be my little booth that I record in. What you should be writing about, write about whatever you want. Like I said before, you're making music for yourself. Don't feel pressured to write about whatever you think people want to hear. Don't be one of those people. Music is a gift from God. Music is something that is very versatile. It can look like anything. It can make you feel like anything. And so don't turn music into something that it's not. There's no rules in music. You can do whatever you want. So do whatever you want. So once you start making music for a while and you're like, okay, I want to start posting it. I want to start making money off of it. First off, you can only make music. I'm stupid. You can only make money off of music if you own the beats. So make sure you own 100% of the music that you're trying to release if you're trying to make money off of it. Second, you're gonna need a distributing platform. The distributing platform, like United Masters, DistroKid. I used to use one called United Masters, but they don't give you as much money for streams. So I switched to DistroKid. DistroKid has been the most helpful distributing platform because you can put your lyrics in through there. So when you go into Apple Music and you see like Drake posts a song, you click, it has the lyrics, you can put all that in through DistroKid. I have some of the lyrics from my songs too. Distributing platforms, they do cost money. And I think the plan that I have for DistroKid is like $40 a year, which isn't bad. It's just $40 a year. But I can post music whenever I want for the entire year until my subscription renews. But yeah, that's like the basics when it comes to starting off to make music. If you guys have any questions about like more specific things, my Instagram, I'll put it in the bio, all things. You can send me a DM, I'll answer you. You know, I want everyone to be able to make music in a comfortable way. I don't want anyone to not know how to. Any of you guys that have musical talent, just know that you are handpicked by God. Not everybody can sing, not everybody can think and put their words into motion like that. So if you can, that's a gift, and you have to share your gift. Don't care about what people think. Don't care about if you think it's good, if you think it's bad. It's yours, and that's all that matters. People's opinions don't matter, and they're subjective anyway. I guarantee you what someone else thinks is trash, another person will think it's fire. Another person will wake up to, listen to it, and start their whole day off listening to. Somebody will be inspired by your music. You just never know how what you do and what you say affects other people. Just keep that in mind. I hope that you guys have no troubles. I hope your music making process is easy. Go get your equipment today if you want to. If you've been thinking about making music, just go get it. Go do it. With that being said, I hope this was able to help a few of you guys who are trying to make music. Remember, if you have any questions, just hit my Instagram DM. I'll put it in the bio. And nothing else said. Peace out.
This life shit weighing on me, I've been pushing back, been running up a bag. I don't got time to argue this and that. It's young niggas swearing they